Okay. I really screwed up the last stream, I think because somehow it had me recording at like 60 frames per second and that effed up everything. So shoot, I really hope people find me here because there was a couple people waiting in the other waiting room. So, oh man, I really, that didn't go as planned. Oh, it sucks. I think everything should be good now though, so let me just check my settings. I still, well, everything looks good even though I have my bit rate too high. And YouTube will probably tell me to chill with that, but what are you gonna do? I'm here, and somehow I have to get everyone over here because I'm an idiot. So let's go this. Twitter, post this. Here now, last stream had an error. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. So currently, I don't see anybody in here, so I'll just have to wait a little while. Fix this. That looks good. What else can I do to kind of maybe check out YouTube? Oh, okay. Damn, I had this all set up perfectly and I absolutely screwed it up. Maybe I could do something. Shit. Oh, why am I a dummy? Let me just change this to live chat. And I could go to, I guess, here. Oh. Okay, so I don't think, can you change your bit rate like midstream? We'll see. I changed my bit rate midstream. Why would I do that? I don't know. I'm an idiot. But I think it's still working. Two views, no one watching. Damn, that would have been nuts if I was muted too. Might have to post something because I screwed this up. I had this planned for like 2 days. Guess I could upload a short. I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do. Let's do that now. Oh God. Let's do it. Hey, our flag means death fans. This is Steve. I screwed up my last live stream. So just check out my lives on my page. I'm at a new link, I guess. I'm really sorry about that, but I'm live right now. So check me out. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. All right. This will be Our Flag Means Death live stream. New link. Done. Upload. Hey, Screaming Cupcake. How are you? I apologize for the technical difficulties. I absolutely ruined my first stream. I had it all set up and somehow my settings changed. How's your day going? Okay. Ugh. So, Screaming Cupcake, have you watched the entire season already? As you probably know, I am currently at episode 5. My day's good. I'm actually on my lunch break. I had a very busy morning at work. I had a ton of calls. And now I have a little time to do this until maybe about 3 o'clock. I'm excited to talk about it. And I'm more excited because, as you know, my page only has like 50 or 60 subs. My technology page, I have, I think, 450. I get way more engagement on Our Flag Means Death videos and What We Do in the Shadows videos than I do on my technology page. Like, I'm consistently getting like 400 to 500 views and like 30 chats. And that doesn't seem like a lot, but I only have like 56 subs. Okay, so you watched the entire season 10 times. Damn, that's a lot. I may actually have to watch it a second time. A lot of times I do watch series, regardless of what it is, multiple times. Even if I'm not doing reactions. When I'm doing reactions, I have to because I'm watching it on my 27-inch computer monitor, and you don't catch everything, so then I'll have to rewatch it on my TV. And there's a lot going on this show. I'm sure I missed a lot because when I talk to you all, on the videos, you all pick up so many things that I miss. I kind of catch like the big things, some of them, but I definitely don't catch everything. Hey, I don't want to pronounce your name wrong. Is it Khan or Coney Cone? But I'm doing well. Thank you for even joining. This is my first live stream on this channel. And I think I want to do this, maybe not monthly or weekly yet, but once I watch a show and I'm like, halfway through, if it's a longer season, a quarter of the way through, I would just love to do this to talk with people, just like you're talking with your friends about a show. There's just so many details. There are definitely tons of details, and I may pronounce your name incorrectly too. Is it Matelia? Actually, this is crazy. There's so many characters in this show. I had to pull up the character list. I haven't even remembered everybody's freaking names yet. And I don't want to talk about it without knowing their names, but when I first started watching the show, like episode 1, and if you saw my reaction to that one, I came into the show not really watching it correctly because I saw Taika Waititi was attached to it. I saw he was in it, and I think he directed or produced some of the episodes and maybe produced the show. So my mind immediately went to like full on comedy. I thought it was going to be exactly like What We Do in the Shadows. Mataleya. Oh, okay. I was way off. Nice name though. I don't remember. Yeah, there's just so many people. And then Connie Khan. Some of them aren't in every episode, so you kind of forget about them for a day or two until you watch the next episode. But yeah, I went into episode 1 thinking this was a totally different show than it is. So it's hard to do that. I was going in thinking this was a laugh out loud slapstick comedy, and I put that in my own head. No one told me this. I assumed it based on the creators and who was in it. And I was just like, this show is not good. But thankfully, all of you commented on my videos and told me like this is not that type of show. You got to really watch it, get into it. It picks up towards the middle, and if you guys didn't, you know, tell me this information, I probably would have stopped after like 2 episodes. But I really love it. When the show first started, I knew in my mind I was gonna love whatever character Taika Waititi played. And then after the first episode, I really did enjoy Steed, actually, even though it wasn't like a slapstick. The Steed Bonnet character is really good. And then everyone else, I was just like, I don't know. Like, I remember I wasn't too fond of Black Pete. Who else was there? Didn't get a lot of Frenchie, I guess, in the first couple of episodes. Lucius, I thought was just going to be that guy that always gets picked on. So I'm glad that once we get to episode 5, he's sticking up for himself. And now he's actually turned into one of my favorite characters. He's actually really funny. Wee John Feeney, I actually thought the actor was the guy who played Jerry Gergen on Parks and Rec, but it's not him. Let's see. The amount of sad and serious fan art I saw before the show, I thought it would be full-on drama. So the total... Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It's definitely more in-depth than what we do in the shadows. You know, like I said in some of my videos, it's really linear, and I love that. Who else do we have? Oh, there's one cameo that I haven't gotten to yet, and I'm a big fan of cameos, like in shows like this. I can't wait till we see Will Arnett. It says here he plays Calico Jack. I kind of spoiling myself by looking at the cast list, but I freaking love Will Arnett. Who else? Leslie Jones was amazing as Spanish Jackie. That episode was really funny. Nick Kroll and Kristen Schaal in the last episode. That was a pretty good nod to like what we do in the shadows, since they were both in that. But from day one, episode 1, my favorite character has been Oluwande. I don't know. He just seems like he holds the crew together, and he's a really good character. I feel like he's written well. He hasn't had a lot to do until episode 5, it seems. Besides, you know, pairing with Jim, and I do like Jim too, because I felt like Jim in the first episode was the only crew member who actually had crew experience, because no one else was like killing people. They didn't want to kill people. They just wanted to live their life. They wanted Steed to read them bedtime stories and get paid. You're pretty much right. He is the only one with brain cells. Like, he's really well aware of everything, his surroundings, even though he might not be a fighter, and, you know, he's not quote unquote dangerous, lethal. He's not there to kill people. I feel like he does know what it takes to be a pirate. I feel like if it came down to it, he would do it. You know, there aren't too many other people on this crew that I think would be able to at the moment. Like, the pairing of Oluwande and Frenchie in the last episode was genius. It shows how smart they are. I love that they were taking advantage of everyone with the pyramid scheme. That was so funny. So funny. Who else did I miss on this cast? I think I got everyone. Yeah, I think I do. There might be more. This is just like, I guess, the main participants. So maybe there's people that I haven't seen that'll be coming in soon. Oh, I really like, what's his name? Oh my God. I have to find him. I had his name and now I forgot it. Where is he? Oh my God. Bang. Bang it was great how he's been badass in episodes, I guess, when we meet him in 3 and 4. Because I remember he was like, I believe he was the one who was picking on Black Pete, punching him in the head and the stomach, and you're like, he's all like diabolical and just gonna, and you think he's kind of exactly like Izzy. But dude, when he offers to paint him, and when he was happy, that was so good. Every brain cell for a different shore on the boat. That doesn't make sense, I guess, because even though they're incompetent as pirates, they each have their own task and they know what they're going to do. I did love last episode, the beginning, the on-the-job training, where Blackbeard is like, we're going to like demolish this ship. You're going to be on the ship, but you just have to watch. Hilarious that Steed still had Lucius taking notes, which I talked about a little bit. Shows like Steed's dedication. He really is studious and how he wants to become a pirate. And even if there are the minute things that are so known, like you grow up, you know, a pirate, they hijack a ship, they capture or kill the crew, and they loot their gold and treasures. And Steed had to take a note to like remember to loot and stuff, which is kind of funny because every little intricate detail so far, he's been taking notes because he wants to be the best pirate he could be. And on the other hand, Blackbeard, even though he wants to be fancy, like I said in the last video, he kind of wants to rush it. Just like when he went to that party, like he figured it would be easy and he just went in not really knowing stuff. So even though he does want to be where Steed is, I feel like now he's learned, okay, I can't just throw myself into things because it's not as easy as forks and knives and stuff. Let's see. The Tom Holland of the OFMD universe, David Fane. I gotta find out. Who is that is that someone on the cast? I don't see a David Fane, so what do? Google David Fane. Oh, okay, because he wasn't on the list for some reason. Yeah. This dude is so funny. So funny. I don't know why he's not on the cast list. Oh no, he's right there. There, bang. My microphone was blocking it. He accidentally leaked. Oh, God. Now the question is, do I go seek it out and find this information now or wait till I finish season 1? I'm actually curious, like without spoiling everything, does the rest of the season, the next 5 episodes, I'm just curious, this isn't really spoiling for me. Is it like a episode to episode now, I guess, where Steed and Blackbeard every episode have to kind of do something to progress? Like this week it was taking over a ship and it was the fancy party. Next week it's 2 different kind of events that they have to do, or it's a little bit different. I'm curious to kind of know a little bit about the last 5 episodes without knowing everything. Okay, I won't look at any spoilers for season 2. But that's kind of funny. He's so adorable, that guy. He's looking at his face because I don't know David Fane from anything but this show. But he is a perfect casting for this guy who, because he looks, sometimes he can look terrifying, but he's just like adorable. Like you look at his face and he just seems like a happy person. Some people, you just look at their faces and you're like, this guy's always happy. Just like some people, you look at their face and you think they're always upset. So it's kind of funny, but he's great. Izzy is a good character for the show. He's starting to piss me off though. But I feel like eventually he's going to be a captain of, if not Blackbeard's ship, another ship, because that's all he really wants to do. Like he knows his life is dedicated to being a pirate, and he seems like he has the mentality to be a captain. But in episode 4, and correct me if I'm wrong, when Blackbeard was telling him eventually the ship is going to need a new captain, and Izzy was like, I'll do it. Blackbeard said, I need you with me. Does that mean that he doesn't want Izzy to be the captain of that particular ship and he still wants him with him? Or do you think I read that wrong? I hate Izzy. Izzy apologists scare me. Yeah, I could see people being like, I enjoy this character. You know, you can enjoy bad characters. Um, but to agree with what they're doing is a whole nother level. So yeah, if someone is like, oh, I enjoy Izzy and I agree with his methods, that could be problematic. And you know, more problematic in different series where maybe a character is like a Nazi or something, and someone, you know, that's, you know, on the other side of the scales. But yeah, Izzy is a piece of shit. I think BB depends on Izzy in a crutch. That's a good point. That is a good point. Even though Blackbeard is, like he said, the pirate where he doesn't even need to be on the ship to take it over, you know, as long as his ship is sailing, he doesn't even need to be there. And Izzy does all the work, it seems like, anyway. Like he controls the crew. Seems like he makes all the high level decisions, most likely, unless Blackbeard doesn't agree with it. So I kind of feel like Blackbeard does feel like he needs Izzy with them, even as he progresses into a fancy man, you know. But I don't think Izzy could ever, you know, live that life. He's always going to be the same. So I don't see him necessarily staying with Blackbeard because it would be incompatible in the life that Blackbeard now wants to live. So that should be a good dynamic. Um, I do also like how the current crew, Steed's crew, has that little blackmail on Izzy where he threw up on the ship that time. So now, is he ever going to be able to boss them around and have them do things? I don't see it happening. I think he was promising Izzy what Izzy wanted, but wasn't going to follow through. That could be a possibility. Do you think it's maybe like Blackbeard and Izzy is like Nandor and Guillermo, where Guillermo has always wanted to be a vampire and Nandor kind of always promises it but never delivered, and now it just seems like Guillermo really doesn't care about it? Could be similar. I just don't ever see Izzy not caring about being a captain. I feel like he really wants to be a captain because he really gets off in bullying people. What else? What else can we talk about? Do you guys have any questions for me or anecdotes? Or I would prefer like you tell me stuff I could kind of feed off of you because obviously I've missed a lot of things and I don't pick out every detail. So, are there any other character dynamics that maybe I'm missing? Um, I do want to see more of Jim. Hey, Taylor, my favorite character from day one, episode one, has been Olawande. I just feel like he had the most personality of anyone on the ship. He's obviously a great actor. But when I was watching the episode, you know, you watch it and when you're just looking at characters and you're like, okay, this is someone, he's kind of bland. I don't mean the acting, I mean the character that they're playing. Like, oh, he's bland, not charismatic. This guy's an idiot. That one guy, oh shit, I don't remember his name. Sorry. He had the seagull on his head. That guy I actually don't like. He's annoying to me. But you know, you see these people, and but then when you got to Olawande, I was like, I gravitated towards him because he had a lot of personality. He wasn't an idiot. He, everyone, I feel like he appreciated Steed more because one, he didn't have to fight, didn't have to kill. He was technically a pirate and he got paid for it. Like he appreciated that, it seems. And Jim I liked because I like the dynamic that they know each other and you knew that he had a secret that only Olawande knew. Ed is my favorite character, closely followed by Lucius and Steed. Lucius is, like I said, growing on me more and more, going up the ranks as one of my favorite characters because they're not pigeonholing him into what I thought they were. Like I thought he was just gonna be the stupid sidekick, or not sidekick, but like the guy who just gets picked on by like the guy who gets picked on. Meaning that Steed is the guy that gets picked on, but then there's the one guy below him that is Lucius that he could treat any way he wants. So I thought that was going to be the dynamic. But as I said, I liked how it's progressed where now Lucius is like, has a backbone. He's more than just the guy who takes notes. And he seems like now everyone's actually making friends with each other, where it seemed like in the first episode, no one really cared about being friends. They were just shipmates. English is my first language, so at first I had problems understanding Buttons. Buttons is the one with the seagull on his head, right? Sorry. Oh god. Our flag means death. Buttons. Okay. Yeah, he does have a really, really thick accent. Appreciate that all the characters have more depth to them rather than just being stock characters and archetype. You're correct, Taylor, because I think it might be the genius of the writing where after the first episode, you think they're all going to be stock characters and archetypes stuck in a certain mold. And they, they don't do that. So you're what you think you're going to get after the first episode is totally not what you're going to get throughout the season. Because even though I loved Oluwande, I love Oluwande's character, him plotting with Frenchie last episode was so new, I guess, for their characters, because that was like a friend thing. You don't just do that with someone you don't trust, And it was pretty awesome. Let's see. I think Scott English would be more helpful understanding him. Excuse me. The one thing that blew my mind though in the first episode was when he accidentally killed the captain when he fell on his sword through his head. Oh my god. That was absolutely brutal. That is one thing I was not expecting to see. That shit was like, God. Holy cow. Every character has layers, isn't a stereotype. On my first watch, I thought Lucius was going to be the stereotypical annoying gay man. Yeah, that. True. He's been great, though. I love how everyone is open. And someone commented on my last video about this, where when you do shows in general, even if they're supposed to be historically accurate, going back to like the 1700s, like this show takes place, pirates, you don't have to really be a historian to kind of know that back then sexuality isn't the same as it was now for the most part. Even though they may not have been open, back then men were sleeping with men, women with women, women with men. Like it was normal. So I like how that aspect is normal on this show. And Izzy seems like the only person who doesn't get that. He's supposed to be macho and manly, and he thought he had an aha moment because Lucius, was messing around with Black Pete, but then he went and kind of was flirting with Fang, and they're like, we don't own each other, bro. Like, we're just having fun here, and that's great to see. Love the mix of yes. For a comedy, it can get very brutal. It can, and I think it's because you're not expecting it at the time, because it's not a brutal show. So when something happens, you're not looking for that. But like they set the guy on fire last episode, and he jumped into the ocean. And then when oh my god, when Steve got stabbed, that was another thing that I honestly thought they were gonna kill him off in that episode. You know how some TV shows they plant someone who you think is going to be the main character and they just kill him off. I think they did that in Game of Thrones, even though I didn't watch that. But I was like, isn't this guy the main character? So that kind of had me like, wow, where is this show going? But that was pretty neat. I like the show makes a point of not being historically. I never noticed that Olawande wears Crocs, but I do like how they take things from our time and they use it. Like when he said a pyramid scheme. So a lot of times shows like this, they're like parodies. So when they say like pyramid scheme in the show that takes place 300 years ago, they'd literally be doing a pyramid scheme when it didn't exist. But in the context of the show, when you think about it, if Frenchie and Olawande were literally selling pyramids to people back then, they would absolutely be like, this is our pyramid scheme. It was so funny. Oh, man. Yeah, and for something that's pretty historically accurate in some places, not in others, it still works because it's believable to me. Towards the end, there's a brutal scene that nearly made me throw up, so be prepared. Oh, shit. For a comedy, it could be lighthearted, silly, but still keeps you grounded. Thanks for joining, Connie Khan. I really appreciate it. I mean, you took time out of your day to come live with me, someone who doesn't have tons of subs. I'm really grateful. And everyone who's watching, I do appreciate you all for liking and commenting and stuff. I really hope I could get to 100 subs just so I could create my URL so it's not YouTube/1000 letters. And I think my main goal is not to become like viral or anything. I enjoy watching these shows. I would love 1,000 subs. Like I would be happy to get to 1,000 because then I could do live streams and maybe get a consistent like, I don't know, 20 to 30 people in a live stream so we could all just talk and BS and have fun. That would be sweet. And I'm seeing I have 15 people in here and I barely have 60 subs. Let's see. I watched a video where they compared Flag Means Death to the real story. It's inspired by surprisingly a lot more historically accurate than I thought. Do you know what story it's inspired by so I could Google it? I mean, I know I could, it's probably not inspired just by Blackbeard. So I would love to research that. For everyone who's still watching now, why don't you tell me who your favorite character is? Was it the same from the beginning to the end? Did you switch? And I guess maybe what's your favorite, I don't know necessarily episode, but something that sticks in your mind, like a favorite scene, something that happened, a line. What was your favorite whatever? Steve Bonnet was a real person who sailed with Blackbeard. That I didn't know. I know some of the people were real, like Calico Jack and Spanish Jackie, I believe were real captains. But I thought Steve Bonnet was made up, but you're saying that he's not, so that's cool. I'm going to read up on that. Inspired by the relation. Oh, okay. Then I'll Google that. That sounds pretty fun and interesting. Buttons. So on this cast list, the guy who plays Buttons, his face is there. And I thought he wasn't on it because he looks nothing like he does in the show. No beard or anything. So I don't know what was going on. I was wondering, I also thought Black Pete was going to be that one guy who, and I knew that he never rode with Blackbeard, like when he was making up the stories, but I thought that would also be like a season-long trend of him pretending and everyone going along with it. But it pretty much ended. I think Olawande is the one who called him out, telling him he didn't do it, and you haven't really heard him talking like he worked with Blackbeard, but he does kind of stand Blackbeard. Because I remember, didn't he go a little crazy when the fog came through and he acted like Blackbeard created the fog. Let's see. All right. Jim was the character that got me hooked by the end of episode 1. Mary is my end of season favorite, and Izzy is my fandom fave. I could see that. Izzy was also real. Oh, he was. Funny that by the time of the events, he's supposed to be a teenager. Really? I mean, I know, not for the sake of being historically accurate, because that doesn't really matter, but the dynamic of Izzy being the way he is as a teenager in the show, I think would be so funny. I'm surprised they didn't go that way. Let's see. Lucius is my favorite. One Day is my favorite character from the beginning, and now I can't choose. Episode 7 is my favorite, but no spoilers. All right, well, only 2 episodes away. I kind of like doing it once a week, but since What We Do in the Shadows is ending, and those were my 2, because on my other channel I'm doing She-Hulk, so I had 3 videos a week, and since Shadows is going away, I might be able to do 2 Flags videos next week, and then maybe 2 a week. So I'll be done in like 2.5 weeks, maybe. At first, Edward was my favorite, but towards the end of the okay. Steed has been my day 1 favorite. I also have a soft spot for the Swede. He's such a group. I'm starting to get his dry humor as the episodes go by. I only really know, is it Rhys Darby from Jumanji, where he plays the non-playable character. I don't know much of his other work, but even as that NPC in Jumanji, for what he was on, when he was on screen, he was really good and funny. The Swede and the more background characters need more backstory soon. I feel like we'll probably get more in-depth with backstories maybe in season 2. I actually would like that if they did like eventually every episode, not the whole episode, but they did a little flashback of what was Black Pete doing before he was on this crew. Like he told us he was with Blackbeard, but what did he really do? I like the little homages scattered throughout, like Zorro in episode 1, LA Story. See, this is the stuff that I don't catch. I would never catch stuff like that. So I would love for you to tell me what I missed as far as Zorro in episode 1, LA Story in 2, and well, Amadeus I kind of got with the makeup and stuff, but I didn't catch anything of the other ones. Favorite is Steed. I like that he tries to do what he loves despite not being very good at it. He is very relatable. How many people were cracking up? And I know if this is your type of humor, then this is hilarious to you. And if it's not your type, then the show is funny. And then there are some laugh out loud moments. How many people laughed out loud when Steed was what was he? Oh my God, what's the word? He had the books in the last episode. He was stealing the books, but he was replacing the ones he took with books that he already read from his own collection. Dude, I was dying when that happened. Have I watched the movie Screaming Cupcake? To be totally honest, I watched What We Do in the Shadows, the movie, a couple of years ago, 3 years ago. And I remember when I watched it with my brother, and I was cracking up through the whole thing. So maybe 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And then I found out about the TV show like a month or 2 ago. So I binged watched season 1, 2, and 3. And I really loved it. It was hilarious. So I went back and watched the movie. And this time when I was watching the movie, I didn't laugh like at all in the first 45 minutes. I was like, why? It was so weird to me. But I remember when I watched it the first time, I was dying laughing. Episode 2, Zorro. Izzy on Steed? Sure. Zorro? Izzy on. Damn. Even with you telling me the Easter eggs, I'll have to Google them. See, I'm not aware of a lot of stuff. So when you give me credit for picking up on like big plot points, I appreciate it. But little things like that, I'll never find. Sarah says, my favorite character is either Steed or Blackbeard. Probably Steed. Favorite episode is 6. Okay, so I'll get to episode 6 probably on Monday. What are your favorite comedies, shows? Okay, so in general, some of my favorite shows. What We Do in the Shadows, obviously. But I was a huge fan of Parks and Recreation. I think I watched that 3 or 4 times. To me, Parks and Rec is better than The Office. I know most people won't agree, but I love that show. I loved Arrested Development. That show was hilarious. And then, when they brought it back, it was still funny, but I wish it didn't go off the air. That was really good. What else did I watch? Better Call Saul. My 2 favorite shows of all time. Number 1 was Breaking Bad. And then I just finished Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul might be better than Breaking Bad. Those shows were amazing. What else did I watch? I'm trying to think, like, not too much animated stuff. Shoot. As I think of them, I'll spew them out. But if I just think, I'll have a lot of dead air. Matilda, with his sword, he spells. Oh. I'll have to go back and watch that. With his sword, he spells Izzy when he trifles with Steed. That's good. What are some of your guys' favorite shows besides this? Parks and Rec is for sure solid. Ugh. I love the way the music adds to the story as well. I really wish I was as good as you people, because all of the other channels that I follow, like for superhero stuff, because I do love superhero movies and superhero shows. I didn't want to mention that in favorites because there's like 1,000 of them. So I just enjoy comic book stuff. But I watch their breakdowns and they are so aware of everything. They'll say, like, I remember watching one yesterday. They were saying how what you saw on the screen looked sad, but the music told you otherwise. I really need to really watch these shows. Also think Park and Rec is better than The Office. Controversial opinion, but totally true. Taylor, thank you. I don't know. I did think The Office was funny. And it's okay to be like one track funny. It's fine because it was hilarious. Parks and Rec, I think it just had more funny characters, I guess, and in their own different ways, One thing, Screaming Cupcake said, one thing I didn't realize till the last episode is that the piracy in the show is a metaphor for toxic masculinity. I mean, I don't know if you have to watch the entire series to get that, because they're all like that. Just watching Blackbeard in that party getting angry because he couldn't take being teased a little bit. But that's a good take. Be kind to yourself. We probably all of us watched this thing multiple times with the magnifying glass. That's true. And I appreciate that because I'm not the type of person who can't take, and criticism's not the word, but there's some people that watch things and someone will tell them something and they'll be like, oh yeah, I saw that. And they'll pretend that they did. I'm not like that. I like when people tell me, yo, you missed this. And then I could go back and I'm like, damn, I did miss that. And then I could go tell somebody else. Another cool Parks and Rec verse. Okay. This show does a great job. Okay. But not just the last one, really. Let's see. What else can we talk about? Oh, here's a question for everyone here. And I know not everybody likes the same things, but whoever watched my Shadows videos, some of you might be here. They told me to watch this show. So I'm watching the show and I like it. And I found a huge fan base. I know season 2 was renewed. That probably won't come out until sometime late next year, maybe mid next year. What other shows should I watch? Because I would love to take everyone who watches this, who has fun with it and likes talking about it. Hopefully you all, there's another kind of show that maybe a lot of you also watch and you think is good enough to do reactions. I would prefer a show like this that's like 27-minute episodes, because hour-long episodes, one, it's hard to watch them, but that'll take me forever to edit. But if something's popular enough, I will do it. So let me know what you guys watch. And I also apologize. I'm in Southern California. It's like heat wave week, so it's hot out, and it seems like it's twice as hot in my apartment. And I don't want to have like a fan buzzing in the microphone, but it's hot. Also, where is everybody from here? Also, another thing, I like to do giveaways, and I'm not very good at them. I have 3. I really don't want to use this to like promote my other channels because they're not really that big. But anyways, I have 3 main YouTube channels. My biggest one is my technology channel, where I teach people who are beginners more advanced things. I try to make it simple. So on that channel, I kind of like give away, like I did a digital copy giveaway of Spider-Man No Way Home. Another channel I have is this channel, but only for Disney stuff. So Star Wars, Marvel, Disney, Pixar, that's fairly new. Excuse me. Seltzer's got to me. But I'll do like trailer reactions there. I haven't done many trailer reactions here, but there I give out digital copies of Disney stuff for the most part. And so here is TV shows, movies that I want to do that are not Disney affiliated. So I could, I could give out like DVDs, Blu-rays, or digital copies, but I don't know. I'm not that creative. But if you guys are interested in Disney stuff, then you could search for me and I'll put it in the chat. That's my Disney channel. I don't have a URL yet, but if you search it, you'll find me. And then my tech channel is just my name. And that one I do have a URL. It's youtube.com/Steve Santiani. But yeah. So Taylor Round, oh, you're from Massachusetts? Cool. CH, New York City. I am from the Bronx, but I moved to California 5 years ago. Matt, you told me your name, you spelled it out. I forgot it already. I'm a horrible person. It's from North Texas. Screaming Cupcakes from Germany. Don't ask how I got to watch the show. I'm guessing you use like one of those VPNs. Might as well. I was thinking about getting a VPN because I know there are shows on like Netflix and stuff that we don't get here in the United States. ZZ Delete. My other favorite comedies are UK comedies, but I'm not sure if you like them. UK Office, Black Books, It Crowd. I'll look them up because I'm the type of person, there's 2 types of people, I think. There's the person who will go on a streaming service, look through the shows, read like a description, and be like, I'm going to like that show and watch it. And then there's the people like me who go to Netflix and scroll for an hour and can't decide what to watch. So that's why I need like you to tell me what to watch. Let's see. So on your tech channel, is it do it yourself or how to choose? So on my tech channel, it's basically this. I am not advanced when it comes to computers, phones, cameras. I'm like in the middle. I know how to use stuff. Maybe computers I'm advanced, but other technology, I just know how to use it. So for example, I know how to use a DSLR mirrorless cameras. And I learned because I'm really good at picking stuff up. So I can watch a video that's made for advanced users and learn it. Like I'm really good at learning through video. So if I purchase an item that I have no idea how to use, I could find someone who's an expert, watch their video, and I'll get it. But my channel, what I want to do, I want to get something that I don't know necessarily how to use it. Learn how to use advanced features. And then on my channel, I want to teach people like me or people below me how to use the advanced feature, but on like basic, easy talking. I just try to keep my videos like 5 to 10 minutes and just I want to simply teach beginners how to do advanced things. So I do videos on like iPhones, how to connect like Yeti microphones to iPads, how to update. You know, not everyone knows how to update this software, things like that, pretty much. If I find out a cool feature on a phone, I'll teach you how to do that. And if someone asks me, how do you do this? Then I'll do it. Arrested Development, Parks, and Rec are my favorite US shows. ZZZ, Delete, good choices. Anything that I kind of see with Taika Waititi in it, I'm going to watch. He's just really good. And the guy, Samson Kao, who plays Olamande, I may have to check out his resume because I like him. So I would probably watch something else that he's in. Taylor, again, thank you so much for hopping on, taking time to talk today. Like everyone, if you know anybody else who likes the show and maybe they go on YouTube every couple of days, feel free to pass along my channel. The more the merrier. I really like this. Like this is what I want to do on my Disney page, but I don't get this much traction on that regardless of what I post. You would think a She-Hulk reaction video would get a lot of views, but I don't. I get like 500 for these videos, and my last She-Hulk video I think got 20. Oh, Jojo Rabbit was great. Yep, I saw Jojo Rabbit. Sarah Dees. That movie was really funny. This is so I'm having so much fun right now. This is my dream. Like I'm not trying to be an influencer or have a million subs. I just want to be able to do a live stream and talk to people. Like this is so much fun to me. Oh, the other thing about my Disney channel, I haven't seen anyone who's from California yet. But if for any reason you're here and you go to Disneyland, the other thing I'm trying to do, and I can't get anybody to watch my live streams, I want to live stream and have people who are in the park join, and I want to give away free treats. Like I've been trying to give away free snacks for like a month, and I can't get anybody to watch. Like churros and drinks or ice cream or food or whatever. Like I just want to do that, but whatever. If I had to dress as a character for Halloween, who would it be? That's a good question. I think even though Olawande is my favorite character, I would want to wear one of those outfits that Steed was wearing that has like the socks, like the pants go up to your ankles. It's like a suit with shorts and the high socks. That would be pretty dope. And I'd probably have to wear the wig too, right? I can really recommend watching the C2E2 and ECC OFMD panels after finishing the show. Oh, okay, I got what you're saying. Sorry, I was confusing myself, Aaron. Okay, I'll definitely check that out. Oh wait, it's not Aaron, is it Aaron? Con O'Neill and Nathan Fode are on both, and Christian Nerium is on one. The actors are hilarious and they're really great insights. Okay. I will definitely check that out. What significance is Captain Nigel's twin? Because that's something we also saw last week. The bald twin. So seems like he might be nefarious. What do we got going on there? Let's see if there are any rumors. Okay. We got Taika Waititi and the Blackbeard leather is so. Oh yeah. Oh, the outfit that that episode when they swap clothes. I think it had like the short sleeves, and then Steed wore it. That outfit. Yeah, that was. I'm a lesbian, but he honestly made me question that. Steed's wardrobe. Oh man, Steed having an auxiliary wardrobe, a wardrobe that's not his main wardrobe, and then having a freaking fireplace on a wooden ship. Holy shit. Oh my god. I'm just curious. I don't tend to I don't look for like trolls. I hate that. I hate when I read something and people are negative about things. So I'm glad that I have not seen anything negative about this show anywhere. But if you have, what are some people saying? Like, I can't really see anything too negative besides if there are men complaining about no women being on the show, which there's I mean the actor who plays Jim I think is non-binary, so it's not a he or a she. Vico Ortiz pronouns are they, but it's a very masculine show besides really Leslie Jones and Steed's wife. But I don't think it's like in service to anything. I think it just is what it is for the time, maybe. And maybe in season 2, there'll be a crew that they go to war with led by a woman. But I'm just curious. Every single high level Navy guy, a twin of Nigel. Little negative out there. Yeah, I'm glad. Because I can't stand watching something and people just complaining about every little thing. That's the thing. That's the love-hate relationship with superhero movies and shows, where they're TV shows and movies that are made for kids, in which us adults are also able to watch and enjoy them. But all purposes, they're kids shows, unless they're rated R. But like, I can't go into a comic book movie and come out hating it. I don't understand how people can hate certain things. I understand if that genre is not for you and you don't like those movies, that's different. I can't see someone who enjoys comic books going to see a comic book movie and then coming out upset. Like, they're so much fun. How are you I don't get it. It's masculine for sure, but the men aren't toxic and the women in the show aren't sexy for the. That is true, because it seems like if you close your eyes and listen to the show, everyone is kind of, and equal's not the right word. I'm just saying everyone is on the same level. Like the way a man would act on the show, like Leslie Jones acted the same way. She didn't act differently. She was a pirate. That's how she acted. There wasn't a trope of, oh, let me act sexy to lure you into something. It was just like, no, I'm Spanish Jackie. I'm a badass pirate. I'm going to kill you. I don't see too many rumors. Just see season 2, 2023. Let's see. Still hoping for Mary, Reed, and Anne Bonnet in season 2. They were also real pirates and most likely a lesbian couple, so they're perfect. Are there any rumors about that Screaming Cupcake? Have we heard anything about any new cast members beyond maybe Cameos? Good story, not good marketing. To be honest, I had never heard of this show before. Meaning, like, I've seen no commercials, no ads, nothing on Twitter. Even though I knew what we do in the shadows was, I saw ads for that all over the place. There were commercials on FX all the time. I mean, I know it's on FX, and I don't know if this show is a HBO Max exclusive. Maybe that's why, but I never saw anything on Twitter either. No new cast members, but one. Yeah, I hope they add somebody. I like when shows add like that new person that sticks around. Like they did that in Parks and Rec with what's his name, with Adam Scott and Rob Lowe when they came on in season 2. They were new, and then they were on for the rest of the season. That would be kind of neat. HBO Max, hey, they barely do promotion, and the promotion they did is pretty bad. I can't argue with that because, like I said, I haven't seen anything. That's so wild. And it seems like they do a lot of promotion for a lot of stuff. Even though with the whole merger with Discovery, I know it's kind of been a shit show, but I think that's mostly been on the comic book side. Because I know they canceled a lot of their DC stuff. It was hardly marketed ahead of airing beyond the 2 teasers and the trailer. Well then that answers my question. And this is definitely an HBO Max original, right? It's not one of the shows that's on like network and then next day HBO. Social media. I mean, Screaming Cupcake. I mean, I know this is popular simply because of my channel. Like, I can't believe the amount of views I get, and I keep saying that compared to even a Marvel show. So the fan base for this is either very vast or they enjoy watching content. Where, like, you know, when it comes to comic books, DC and Marvel, they have millions of fans who like it, but they're not necessarily on YouTube. Didn't the trailers try to make this show look like a gritty pirate show, whereas it's actually a lighthearted, character-driven story? I have to go find the trailer. I'm kind of mad that I didn't know about it, so I didn't even have a trailer to watch. So maybe after the season, I'll do like a retro trailer reaction. Like that'd actually be a good idea. I'll watch the season for what it is, and then I could watch the trailer and determine like this isn't even close to what they gave us. So that might be a good idea. I'll probably do that. Where are we? Oh my god, it's been an hour already. I think I have to get back to work. I don't want to go back to work. I want to stay here with you guys. I'll sigh again. You have no idea how much fun this was and how much this means to me that you all love this show and you at least enjoy my content to talk about it with me. So before I do go, what would you think is a good frequency for these? Do you prefer like every 5 episodes? So next 5 episodes, I do another one for like a season recap and chat? Or do you enjoy it so much where you would do it every week? Like after every episode I watch, then I'll just hop on and we could talk about that episode. Like I don't want to saturate myself and do it just because I want to do it. But if everyone, you know, will have fun with it and will log in to chat, then I'll do it more often. So hardly get to discuss this normally. Well, hopefully I could be an outlet to do this, and then I'll just need some ideas on what to do once this season ends for me. All right, well, yeah, I'm definitely going to do one after the season. Hopefully, like I said, now I'm at around 60 subs. Maybe after 5 more episodes, I do get to about 100. And then we'll have, I had 22 viewers on this one, which is a lot for me. So maybe I could get between 30 and 50, maybe. We'll talk about it. And then I could probably do every so often, like talk about rumors for season 2 or what we want to see in season 2. I could do a video or a live stream about that, but I just want to have fun, and this is really fun, and you all seem to be having fun. So hopefully, I see you on a lot of it. And then I'll try to think of some cool little giveaways to do for this channel. And if your heart leads your fingers to my other pages, feel free. If you're not interested, it's not a big deal. I'm glad that I have you here, but I do unfortunately have to get back to work. So I will have another flags episode, flags video next week. My plan is to watch the final episode of What We Do in the Shadows today and hopefully post that today or maybe tomorrow. And then maybe I'll do a Shadows live stream as well. But you're too kind. You're too kind. All right, so maybe no giveaways yet. But again, thank you everybody for coming on to my first live stream. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you watching the videos, and I appreciate you commenting because that's fun as well. It's a live stream in chat form. So yeah, hopefully later today I'll have my What We Do in the Shadows reaction up for the season finale. Maybe I'll do a season finale recap, and then next week more of flags, and then an end of season recap as well. So thank you everybody, and I will see you on the next video. Again, much appreciated. Bye guys.